Hey guys, this is for the podcast question. Doing some ironing, and I was looking at the post of Torque the Turtle about corner speed, and it triggered me. So it's not really a question; it's more that I would like to your reaction on. So this year I started driving the Stark, and I posted that already somewhere as well. That with the Stark it's way easier to take the inside corner, so I could practice that a lot.
Cool.
However, at some point in time, I switched back just to drive the Ventec one more time. Had to see how that was, and I think because the day had rain in the plan, so it's way easier with a non-electric bike, I would say. And the first few rounds is terrible. You have to start shifting again, and you're not used to that anymore. Also, the clutch, but okay, that in itself is not really a thing. But I noticed when driving the Ventec a few times, all of a sudden, if you make corners, you have to be in the right gear, etc. And since the Ventec has a little bit less horsepower, I would say, you're more aware of making the corner with a higher speed. And I felt that when driving the Stark compared to the Ventec, that with the Ventec I would have higher corner speed. Could be a feeling because you have all the sounds, etc. Let me think what you think about that, and if you have the same experience, yes or no.
Interesting.
Back to the iron.
Back to the iron. Not surprised
Good,
that Christian just irons his clothes just every single day. Christian's just
good,
ironing.
yeah.
his
Shout out
clothes.
to Christian and the people that really that post a lot and like give really good explanations like this.
Yeah.
Because again, and we're gonna
deep
sound like broken
thought into
records.
things.
Deep thought, yes. Especially some of the younger kids too are crushing it with that. But man, it makes the community so great to have that engagement, that thoughtfulness, and the fact that they continuously post. If people are not in the app, man, what a disservice you're doing to yourself. It's such a good time, dude. The inside jokes alone worth its weight in gold.
I've been getting more kind of transparency lately in the DMs of people saying, hey, I've loved the videos for a long time. I've even done a few classes. I've just now gotten the app. And the reason it took me so long is because I just thought that it would be silly and there wouldn't be any real value in getting inside of an iPhone app for dirt bikes, right? But they would like apologize. One of the messages apologized and said, I'm so sorry. It took me this long to get in here because the value that you guys provide is insane. And a lot of the value provided is from our A players inside of the community. I mean, we have countless people that are responding to coaching wanted footage that are using the hashtags not a coach or not a coach yet, that are providing really valuable, consistent, accurate feedback.
That's the point, is that everybody is spot on, dude.
Yeah,
like, it's really hard to get bad feedback in the app unless you ask Ethan something. Then he's gonna give me the wrong answer because I know he loves me and he likes to make fun of me. But everybody else,
it's not like a public forum where you have to be worried about getting judged. First of all,
oh, for sure.
You know, you hear from absolutely everybody pitching in their opinion.
Yeah,
just like most of which are just inaccurate.
Yeah.
You ask a question in the app and you get so many people jumping in to help in an accurate way, which is crazy valuable. So so thank you to the A players in the app. And if you're on the borderline of should I get in there or should I not, I promise that for $9 a month, which is like 30 something cents per day, it is extreme. It is worth its weight really in gold. It really is. That's a good point and a good question, Christian. So yes, I do think that I think switching back and forth between a Stark and a gas bike, whether it's a 2-stroke or 4-stroke, is a really, really nice supplement to your riding skill because it teaches you to think of things a little bit different. On the Stark, you can go super slow and ride a crazy tight turn that maybe you couldn't have otherwise. There's many things you can do on the Stark that maybe you can't on a gas bike. Less controls, so you can focus more just on technique. But then you have to apply it back onto the gas bike, maybe fumbling with the gears a little bit at first until you get comfortable. But then you realize momentum is a thing. The
Yes.
Stark is like a 4-stroke on steroids in that you don't need momentum.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be completely dead stop and that thing will launch out of there like a slingshot. And then you get back on a 2-stroke and you've got to be in the right gear. So
yes,
for sure, there's definitely something to that. And keep going back and forth. Be patient with the little bit of uncomfortable feeling that you're going to have when you first get onto each bike. I think when you get on the Stark, it's very intuitive and it doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. When you get back onto the gas bike, shifting feels a bit kind of like archaic. It just feels old school and like something that your foot shouldn't be doing.
yeah,
And especially rear brake on the foot pedal really feels outdated and it feels silly. It's like, why is my foot having to move? This doesn't make any sense at all.
yeah.
The
Yep.
handbrake is so intuitive. It's insane. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great point. And I love
For
the
sure.
deep thinking on stuff like that because for me as a coach, it's really easy to, this is something I was talking to somebody this week about this. I teach less classes now than I ever have. And I think it's making me a way better coach because each class that I go to, it's a reset and I teach differently. I string together my sentences and the lesson structure a little bit different. And I don't know if other people notice, but for me, it feels more fresh and it feels like I am a little bit more adaptable and like open to changing the way that I say things and teach things. Where when I would coach and do 130 of these tour dates in a year and just be go, 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 it's really easy to just say the same exact things in one specific way. And I'm just kind of saying the same information exactly the same way over and over and over again. Not that I become closed-minded to thinking that's the only way to do it, but I like when you get asked a question like that just makes you think a little bit more outside the box.
Oh, for sure. And what he's saying, like I hear all the time, especially with buddies that have Starks and they also have, regular internal combustion engine bikes, right? Like I've got a buddy that has a Stark and he also has a really, really nice YZ 250F, and I think pipe suspension, really, really good bike. And it'd be a dream for most people. And he's like, man, I have such a hard time riding it if I've been on the Stark for more than, a week or two. And he says the same thing. I feel like I have to learn how to balance all over again. I have to figure out, why do I even need this clutch, all over again. So, and the bikes are so different. I mean, a Stark is such a different bike. It does everything so well. And yeah, you can get the tight inside corner, like you were saying, AJ, or you can carry speed in a much more smoother, more controlled way. So like you almost get a chance to see like what the extremes are on both sides, right, of the spectrum. But also it kind of reminds me of like when people would say like, oh yeah, you're riding a 450, trying to figure out how to blah, 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 hop on 125 and like, learn the fundamentals again and how to keep momentum and keep the RPMs up and stuff like that. It almost gives like that sort of feel and how different those two bikes are, like drastically different. But I think what Christian's experiencing is like something that we've all experienced, man, where it's like, I feel like I'm coming through this corner a little faster than I would in like the Stark or something else. However, I think the Stark, you'll start seeing the advantages or the positives about that is how smoothly you can connect going into the corner, in the corner, and then out of the corner onto the next thing. And you'll start to see, I guarantee, AJ, you've experienced this too, where like you'll go through something and you'll just hit it so much more smoother on the Stark and be like, man, I guarantee you my lap time was like 4 seconds faster just in that one section, Might have had to come to a little bit more of a stop, but I know because I linked this together, I was just all day much more smoother, So
if you have the
hard.
means to be able to ride multiple different types of dirt bikes,
yeah,
do it. I would recommend that to anybody because it teaches you so many lessons in learning how to adapt to different things and to learn how to be in a different gear. Some bikes having to use the clutch a lot. Some bikes you don't barely need the clutch at all. That's one thing that's been really fun about teaching the Moto Academy is that I have at this point now probably ridden more different bikes than anybody. Like it's crazy every time I go to class. And a lot of times I'll pick the weird ones just on purpose to see, okay, how quickly can I feel comfortable on this thing?
Yeah.
So I know a lot of riders only ride their bike. And if you give them something different, if they even bend a lever or something just slightly off with their bike, even just a little bit,
Yeah.
it throws absolutely everything off for them. And you don't want to be that type of rider. If you guys enjoyed that podcast clip, you can listen to full episodes on Apple Music and Spotify. And make sure, if you haven't already, join our community inside of the Moto Academy app. Go to themotoacademy.com today. I'll see you guys inside the community.